Long time no see, but I'm back, I'm here. And today we're gonna do a little thing called story time. If you guys are frequenters on YouTube, if you guys watch YouTube a lot, you know story time is pretty common here in this little scene. And I haven't done really one before, but I thought that, you know, I'd kick it off with a big story that I have in my life in regards to running. And that was 2016 winning the NCAA cross-country natty, baby. One of the craziest experiences in my running career. And I thought I'd just, you know, give you the lowdown of what was happening that day, that season, what's up. All right, let's just kick it off. So going into the season, you know, I was feeling really motivated. It was probably one of the most motivating time periods of my life. You know, I was going into my junior year. I was like, you know what, let's get after it this year. Let's put in all that effort. You know, I kicked my nutrition up a notch. I kicked my training up a notch. I started lifting more, stretching more, rolling more, just being more dedicated overall. And it kind of showed in my first race, which was the Dellinger Invite. And our team always jokes about the Dellinger Invite because it's always right when people come back to school after the summer. So, you know, you get to see who's training, who's had some injuries, you know. Also, it's really hot every year. Our team always jokes about it being extremely painful and hard. So, you know, everyone's always nervous for Dellinger. But we go in and yeah, it was kind of brutal. Like, it was just on the Springfield cross-country course, nothing special there. And pretty flat course, I guess you could say. It was a 5K, not a 6K, because in college you usually run 6Ks, except for that one, which, you know, the 5K, the one less K is really needed at that moment in time. And my claim to fame, I would say, was I was Oregon's #1 runner that day. That was the only time that ever happened, and I just laughed because some of our top runners sat out and other runners just like weren't in their peak shape, which you shouldn't be at that time of the year, but I just thought it was hilarious because I never thought that would ever happen. So I kind of still joke about that to this day with my friends, and they all laugh along too because they know it's a joke, obviously. But that kind of plays out for the rest of the season anyways. So that was one of the only times that season I got interviewed as well. So FlowTrack interviewed me, and after the race they asked some question. They're like, so what do you think the team's looking like this season? And I like froze. I didn't really know what to say. It's been a while since I've been interviewed. Since I usually get pummeled in college races. I'm not usually the one, you know, in front of the camera. I was like, yeah, so I think this is gonna be one of the best teams that we've had in years. And I don't know why I said that. That was just, I guess, I mean, it was true. We had some good people coming in. You know, Katie Rainsberger was our top recruit, one of the best high school runner in the country. Sam Nadell, who was also a transfer from Georgetown, super good. So our roster was pretty stacked, to say the least. And also Oregon's #1 runner. Please know I'm just kidding when I say that. So the next couple races, you know, they weren't our best. We were not performing to the level. I don't really remember what place we got at the Husky, but we didn't win, I don't think. Pre-nationals was alright. That was like our one decent race of the season. I died personally, so I ended up being the 6th runner that day. There was a joke on my Instagram that said, I remember hashtagging like my clique or something, and it was like Jess, Maggie, Allie, Sam maybe, and I together in a row, and it was like hashtag ducks fly together, hashtag Emma dies alone, because I remember hitting 5K and absolutely just walking it in. But it was funny, you know, I still joke about it to this day. All right, that was a little tangent. But anyways, so Pac-12 comes up. It was in Tucson, Arizona. Hot. And us Oregonians, you know, we weren't that used to that. And we perished that day. We got 4th. We definitely had a chance to win, so getting 4th was not what we wanted. And, you know, we were ranked pretty high going into the season. So getting 4th in your conference meet when we should be like, you know, being one of the top in the country is not what we wanted. It was okay though. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think one of like the best things that we did was just take it really lighthearted, you know, just go with the flow, like, whoa, we died, haha, like, it's fine. Regionals, another 4th place finish for the team. And again, not what we wanted at all. Trying to be one of the top in the country, getting 4th in the region, again, not what you want there. So, we had a couple better races. One of our runners, Ashley Mayton, also one of my best friends, did really well there compared to the rest of the season. She was having a tough time, so it was really good to see her, you know, improve there. I perished that race, so you know, I had a couple ups and downs there throughout the season. But again, you know, we're just keeping it up. We're like, all right, guys, it's fine. At that point, we were a little discouraged, but we're like, okay, whatever. Like, just have fun. All right. The next week, Terre Haute, Indiana, the 2016 NCAA Division I Cross Country Championships. I don't think the weather could have been worse. I wish I had a video of the conditions, but to put it into perspective, there were, I don't remember like the mile-per-hour winds, but it was absolutely gusting. Like, if someone stood there, they could probably be like just pushed back by themselves from the wind. Like, it was so bad. Worst conditions I've run in. It was freezing, one, because of the wind chill. I had to warm up in my puffer jacket. I have never ever even imagined doing that, but we all wore puffer jackets, and I remember just going out for the warm-up. And if you've ever run in Terre Haute, there's like this big, like long stretch that you warm up on, like usually all the teams do, and no one was saying anything. One, because you probably couldn't hear each other because it was so windy, but two, like, there was nothing really to say because no one wanted to complain about the weather because everyone knew that the weather was terrible. Every team knew that the weather was terrible. So we were all just kind of warm up in our puffers in silence, you know, just going against the wind, probably going 15-minute pace on our warm-up. And we were just like, whatever. We're gonna do this thing, like, just YOLO. Cringe, but seriously, that was our mindset. So we get to the starting line, you know, people are freaking out. Sam's like, I can't get my pants off. I'm pretty sure someone had to change uniforms at the last minute. I'm pretty sure our alternate, Kelly, also one of my best friends, like ripped Sam's pants off, like literally ripped the pants. Like, it was so dramatic, whatever. So the gun goes off, bang. All of a sudden I realize I feel like I'm in first place, and I'm like, oh, whoa. And everyone, all my teammates are surrounding me. I'm like, wow, we are out hard. Then I look at this picture and I realize that I am not in first place. I'm actually towards the back, but the stretch was so long for like the start that it just felt like I was in first place because, yeah. This was my first NCAA cross championships, so I was nervous. I thought I was going out too hard. My teammates were just blazing up front. Like, they have to be, they're a 20 to 30th place, which there's like 240 people I think that run there. So 20 to 30th place, like everyone's an All-American. Top 40 are All-Americans. So everyone except for me is in like the All-American position. And I'm just nervous because I'm like, oh my gosh, throughout the rest of the season, what would happen is that they would go out so hard and then they would die and I would catch them and end up being like our 4th to 6th runner, depending on the day usually. So I kind of just expected that same thing to happen. What I didn't realize was that running a cross-country nationals is different because you really need to get out that hard to stay in that position. So that's one of the regrets I have during that race, is not going out hard enough with my teammates who I knew I could keep up with, which was really frustrating for me, but you know, that's besides the point. That's getting more into individual race, but this is about the team. So we're about halfway. I know I'm not doing bad. Like, I am doing pretty well. I see runners from different teams that are, you know, supposed to be like the studs, like they were supposed to win this race individually, and they are near me, like just absolutely dying, and I'm like, what is going on? Like, this is an absolute mess. These people weren't from my team though, so I was like, wow, like this is crazy whatever is happening right now. So I hit 3K. My teammates haven't come back to me yet. I see them up a little bit in front of me, but even that distance is like a lot of places. And I was like, whoa, like I think we're actually doing pretty well, because I knew I wasn't doing that poorly and they weren't coming back to me yet. So then I hit 5K and people haven't come back to me yet. And I'm like, whoa, like this is crazy. I knew I wasn't doing poorly. So I was like, I think this is going pretty good, but I can't really tell. And I feel pretty good in my race, so I was like just cruising along, and I ended up seeing Jess coming back a little bit towards me, but I was like the 7th runner, so she was our 6th runner, and I couldn't even see our like 4th and 5th girls, who are usually like, we're all together. So I was like, whoa, like this is great. Like, people are performing to the levels that they should be performing at. I was like, woo, woo, woo. When I finished, I crossed the line and I was like, whoa, like I think we did kind of well. And then, which was unusual because usually we were all just like dying at the finish line together, saying, oh, that was rough. But, so I crossed the finish line, I meet up with my teammates. Everyone's like pretty like happy, like smiling. We're all like, guys, I think that was pretty good. Like, I don't really know. And like, even though I was the 7th runner, which that was like, I think that was my first time being the 7th runner that season, I was like stoked because I knew my race was okay, and I'm like not the best cross country runner, and I knew like people had it in them to be really good on that day and in cross country in general. So we end up leaving the finish tent. We're all like in a line like ooh ooh, and our coach is like, oh my gosh, and like no one really know how we had no idea how we did whatsoever. Like results were not up at that point. We just knew that we didn't do bad, which was good because most of the season we were like, ooh, that sucked. So we have like, there's actually a picture, there's a picture of us jogging back to our tent. Again, had no idea how we did, but you can just see us all smiling, including our coach, Marisa, because she knew that we did super well, and we thought we like podiumed. We're like, yeah, I think we did that. And then we go back to our tent, again, still no results. We go back to our tent, and we're just waiting there, and my coach is like, don't check your phones. And we're like, okay. So we're all just like sitting there huddled, freezing. Someone brings in cookies, so we start eating cookies. Parker Stinson, Ashley's boyfriend at the time, now husband, former Oregon Duck, if you don't know who he is, runs into our tent and is like, guys, I think you guys won. And we're all like, what are you talking about? He's like, yeah, like I think you guys actually won. That's what the rumor is. And we're like, and we all just like kind of start freaking out, like screaming, but we don't really know because like nothing's official. We haven't checked our phones. Our coach hasn't come in and said anything. It was just Parker running in from who knows what source he got it from. So we didn't want to get our hopes up. So everyone's like, no, calm down, guys. And then Parker leaves, and then it probably took an hour to get the results. Like we were just sitting in the tent, freezing, waiting to see how we did, but we didn't know. And I think Parker came in and was like, you guys won! And I know it was funny because I know our coach definitely wanted to be the first one to tell us, but it was Parker. So we all just started screaming and we're like, no way, like what? And then he was like showing everyone the results on his phone. We're like, oh my gosh, ah! And then probably a couple minutes later, our coach comes in to like run and tell us, and we all like celebrate again. So that was super fun, and then it was like official, and we knew, and we're like, what? Like we were so like just in shock, just dying of laughter because we're like, how did that happen? Like what? And I remember the night before the race, we like had this little pep talk, and you could just tell that like no one really thought that we had a chance of winning because, I mean, look at our statistics throughout the season, like fourth. I think we were ranked 12th. I think our coach at one point even said, she never really hinted to us winning. We were talking to one of our team mentors as a team, I remember the night before, and he was like, so what are you guys' goals going into the race? And I just remember Maggie Schmadick was win! And everyone was like, whoa! And then even our mentor was like, all right, let's take a step back and focus on the process. So this entire thing, I was just dying of laughter because it's like, what? So yeah, we won the entire thing, which was, to this day, I'm still in shock, and we all still say, like, how? We were actually the lowest ranked team to ever win NCAAs, I think. That was what they said. So we were 12th, and we ended up winning. So that's pretty funny. I don't really know. Or maybe it was the lowest ranked women's team. I don't know. They said something along those lines, and we were just like, ha, what the heck? And major shout out to Ashley Mayton and Maggie Schmadick, who, you know, we were all, like, running together, and they really stepped it up that race. They're in the 60s place-wise, and you know, that's not glamorous to be running in the 60s, but Maggie Schmadick ended up edging out this one Michigan girl who Michigan got second by 1 point. So we won NCAAs by 1 point. And then here's the picture of Maggie at the line with the Michigan girl behind her. So that's what like the headline was Maggie Schmadick outkicks Michigan girl to win NCAA title for Oregon. So yeah, you know, we celebrated that evening, and to this day we just LOL because we still can't believe that that happened after that crazy season. And it ended up our team won the Triple Crown, meaning we won cross country, indoor, and outdoor nationals that year. So that was super awesome just to be able to contribute to that. And yeah, so that is the story of when we won NCAA's cross country. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I sure did at the moment, and I always enjoy reliving it with my teammates because I still laugh to this day because I'm in shock and I can't believe it because it was so funny. And absolutely crazy. So I guess my advice is, you know, never put yourself out of the equation, you know, to win. Just give your best on the day and you can never know what happens, because clearly that's what happened to us that day. Thank you guys for watching another video. If you like story time, like the video, and if you want me to do more, comment below. Let me know what you want to hear from me, what stories you want to hear, because this was pretty fun and just getting all juiced up, you know, reliving it. Anyways, first big workout on Friday with Atlanta Track Club Elite. Vlog coming your way for that one. Peachtree's already next week. All right, see you soon. Peace out, fellas.
Would you believe me if I said I'm in love? Baby, I want you to want me.